Hi everyone, good to see you all again. Today you're going to learn how to make decorative paper lanterns using colorful construction papers. So let's get started. You need the following supplies for this activity. You will need colorful construction papers, quilling strips, scissors, pencil, ruler for marking, white glue from Faber-Castell, glitter tapes, Zaris like these, shiny sequences, and gold satin lace. Now let's learn how to make our very own paper lanterns using construction papers. As a first step, we are going to see the paper size that we have here. Now what I have here is an A4 size construction paper. You can also use that for your activity, or if you want to make a smaller lantern, you can fold this into equal half and you can make it into a maxi size like this, and that can also be used for your lantern. So I'm going to use this one now. So I'm just going to show you how to start working on that now. Construction papers are colored papers which will be colored on both the sides of the papers. So you can use that, or you can even use canson papers for this activity if you don't get construction papers. So let's get started. As a first step, you're going to take a ruler and we're going to just draw a line on the bottom corner, roughly measuring some 2 centimeters approximately. And this is going to be our demarcation for sticking the quilling strips. The quilling strips come in many colors like these, so you can take any assorted color. We are going to cut these quilling strips because these are pretty long like this, but if you want to have a lengthy one, you're welcome to stick it that way, or if you wanted it shorter, you can fold it into equal half like this and cut it using your scissors like this. So I'm going to take this measurement for my lantern. So I'm going to start sticking these quilling strips to this row like this using the white glue. So let's get started. So to start sticking our quilling strips, I've sorted my quilling strips in this color order. So I'm going to follow this pattern for sticking it on my lantern base. So for that, I'm just going to apply a thin line of white glue. Carefully spread the glue. Do not put too much of glue because the paper will get very soggy. So carefully spread the glue. You can use the nozzle to spread it like this. Then you can start sticking the quilling strips in a patterned way. I'm starting with the blue color. So you see this line demarcation that we have there. Till that line, we'll be sticking the strip. So we're going to follow a pattern. So after my blue, I'm going to stick red. Give a gap in between so that the frill will look more beautiful. Yellow. And then I'm using blue. And then orange. And then it's green. Like this, we will stick the whole strip here with different colors and get it ready. If you notice, I have finished sticking the quilling strips to give a frill effect for our lantern base like this. Now to seal this part, I've taken the same size like this 2 centimeter measurement strip with the same yellow paper, and I'm going to stick that there on top. You can apply a little glue to this, maybe just a very thin line of glue. Spread it and stick this over the starting point of the quilling strips there on top to seal them and to secure them. So like this, let's stick it and leave it to dry and set it aside. In the same way, we are going to take another strip here on our spare piece of paper and we are going to stick it on to this top part of our lantern. For that, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to make a rough measurement of the same 2 centimeters on this, and then I'm going to cut it off with my scissors. Like that, and we're going to stick it to the top part. You can also use a cutter for this. And right now using scissors. So this will get stuck on top there now. So using the same liquid glue, just apply a very thin line. And stick this to the top part. This way you'll be making your lamp base more sturdy to roll and take the shape. So let's leave this to dry for a while, and in the meanwhile we'll get ready with the other decorations for the lantern. As a next step, in the meanwhile our base is getting dry, we will get ready with our frills. For that, we are going to take another piece as same size as our yellow paper. I've taken another piece of red construction paper. This I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it into half like this lengthwise. Like that. Make a nice center groove by pressing it with your finger, and then use your ruler and then just make a demarcation on top like this. You can make a rough demarcation approximately 2 to 3 centimeters from top like that. Now this demarcation line over here is a line where we will stop trimming our paper. So I'm going to show you what I mean. We're just going to start making frills on the folded paper. So this paper was actually like this. We have folded into equal half and we have made a demarcation here, and we're going to start making frills. To make frills, we're going to use our scissors, and we're just going to stop where the line is there. So just going to stop it here like this. Like this, we're going to make frills all over this, and we're going to get it ready. So I'm just going to add more frills to show you to get an idea. You can make them in equal intervals. Carefully stop it next to that line there. In the same way, we will do this entire strip and we will get it ready. If you notice, I've finished cutting the frills on our folded red paper. Let's open it and check it out. When you open it out, it will be like this, and when we roll it on the yellow base lantern shape, it will give you a beautiful frill shape like this. Okay, so this is just one idea of making the frills. In the same way, you can also try other frills. Let's see the other one now. Let's see another method of doing the frills. For that, I'm going to take a green paper. We're going to fold it in the same way like how we did the red paper. We're going to fold it into equal half like this. And after you fold this, you are going to fold the center towards the up corner. Okay, so just going to fold approximately 2.5 centimeters on top like that, and then take this flap. You have a center line there. Okay, fold it the same way on the other side. Flip it over and do this turning. So like this, you fold it 2-3 times on the same sides to get a nice groove. Once when you have it like this, if you open your paper, you will have 3 lines in the middle. Now what you can do is, you can push the center line in and have the other 2 sides out. So when you open, you will have it like this. Okay, so once when you have it like this, you can fold it and start cutting it in that way. So this is another way of doing an interesting folding. For this, again, you can use a ruler on top to give a demarcation for you to know where to stop with the cutting, and then you can start with the cutting. So use a scissors again to cut on the frills. This will be slightly hard because you have folded two papers, so you should use a good scissors for cutting it. So let's cut it like this and get it ready for the entire strip. If you notice, I've finished cutting the green paper too the same way like how we did the red paper. Let's open it and see it now. You will get more frills in this, and then when we go around the yellow base like this, your lantern will have a shape like this to decorate. So let's glue these to our yellow bases now. So let's get started. As the next step, we are going to start gluing our red frills or the green frills to the yellow base. Now if you notice, this is the side where we stuck the frills, and we put two yellow strips on top of the top and bottom, and then on the front side, this is the place we're going to do the frills. So this is the bottom and this is the top. So we are going to stick the frill, the red frill, to the bottom first. So we're just going to apply a thin line of glue there, and we're going to spread it with the nozzle. You can also use stick glue for this. It also works equally good for this, so you can try with stick glue also. Then we're going to take this red frill which we made, and we're going to stick it, aligning it to the yellow paper corner carefully like this. And we leave it to dry for 2 minutes and press it down like this. As a next step, after sticking the red paper, the frills on the yellow base, you're going to push it a little in, and you're going to stick the next side. When you do this step, make sure your paper cutout is, the frills are jetting out on the top side like a roof, so that it is, when you flip this over and when you turn it and you roll it, you have a good projection of the frills like that. Okay, so keep that in mind as you do this. So make sure you have it like a tent like this, and start gluing this now here. Now this is the excess paper which we will be trimming it off. So what you can do is, you can again have a demarcation roughly using your ruler. You can make a demarcation of say 2 centimeters on these corners, and we will just draw a line so that you're sure about the level which it has to come and meet. So like this. So we are going to now stop sticking this right on this pencil line here, and we're going to leave it to dry. Okay, so for that I'm just going to use again my liquid glue. We're going to apply a very thin line. Don't put too much of glue always. Just put a little glue and spread it, because your paper will get too soggy if you put too much of glue. So just put a little glue, spread it like that, and stick the other end with a tent shape like that to your frill, and press it down firmly and let it dry for a few minutes. This excess over here can be trimmed off. You can cut this off, and don't throw this. You can use it to make the handle for your lantern. Now as this thing is getting dry, we're going to trim off this excess. So use a scissor and you can trim off the excess like this for this whole strip, and we'll get it ready. Once when your base is dry like this, it's now ready for you to roll and take the shape. As I roll, you will be able to see the lantern coming out like that in shape. So this we are going to, you can even use a stapler or you can even use glue for sticking this, but I'm just going to show you a simple trick here. So when you do this folding, you need some space to roll and stick the ends. So what you can do is, on any one side, you just trim off these two frills like this, like how I'm doing. Just the two frills is enough. And then that will be your space to stick the other end. So just bring it across like this, and it can fit into this place like that, and we will stick it. You can use liquid glue or stapler to staple it together like that. So let's do this now. So we're just going to apply glue to this part like this. Just put a thin line, don't put too much, because if it goes on the frills, it will ruin your lantern. So just put a thin line of glue like that and glue the other end to this corner. So just glue the other end like this, carefully taking the shape. You can even use a stapler on either ends to hold it in place like this. So press it hard and firmly and leave it to dry for a while, and do not disturb it till it's dry. As the next step, we will attach the handle to our lantern and add some decorations to it with golden lace. So for that, I'm just going to put a dot of glue to this thin strip which we took out from the yellow paper last. So just a dot of glue here and there, and then we're just going to glue this to our lantern like a handle to the top strip like that. Just hold it on for a few minutes so that it dries, and your handle will be ready. In the same way, we will start sticking our golden lace. So we'll apply some glue here. You can use either the white glue, or you can even use tacky glue, and you can start sticking the lace to the corner like that. Like this, we will stick one on top and one at the bottom, and our lantern will be ready. If you notice, I finished adding the golden zari lace to the lantern which we made with the red construction paper. In the same way, I've also assembled the green one, the green frill to the yellow base lantern shape. And again, I've used this time glitter tape to stick on either sides to decorate this lantern. So these are the two techniques of frills which you can try. I also have one more technique to show you, and that is using the Kirigami method. For the Kirigami method, you will be following the same steps like how we did with the yellow paper, and then we attach the frills the same way, and then we roll it out to a cylindrical shape like this, and we'll keep it ready. After you roll it out like this, you will take square sheets of color paper, color construction paper. Each of your papers can measure 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters on all sides, so it's a square base. I've taken 2 in blue, 2 in red, 2 in green, and 2 in orange, and we're going to fold this in a certain way so that you can make a kirigami. For the kirigami method, you will take a template. So for the template, we are just going to fold this 10 by 10 size square paper into a triangle fold like this, and then we are going to fold that into another triangle like this, and then we will be drawing. So basically what we did was this. So we just have a square paper, fold it into half into a triangle, and that into another triangle like this, and then have the pointed side facing up, and use a pencil to draw any design of your choice. I'm just going to draw some curves like this on either side, just like how you make snowflakes. And then I'm going to make a V shape there, a V shape here, and a curve here, and a curve here. This we are going to cut it out with our scissors. So using a scissors, we will cut out on the pencil drawing carefully, just like making snowflakes. You can do any design of your choice. It doesn't have to be the same way how I'm doing. So like this, we will cut out and we'll get it ready. So when you finish cutting your template like this, when you open it out, you will have a beautiful pattern and symmetry like this. This is just your stencil, so we're just going to fold it back like this, and we're going to use another color paper. I'm just going to take blue now, and I'm going to fold it in the same way like how we did our template. the stencil template. So just fold it into equal half like this to a triangle, and that into another half like this. And then use this stencil what you have made to trace on the design like this. Just place it on the triangle shape like this. Use a pencil to transfer the outline, the template like this. And then we are going to cut it out the same way how we did the yellow paper. In the same way, we can draw and keep this for all our color papers and cut this out and keep it ready. So let's get it ready like this for all our color papers the same way. When we finish cutting our stencil like this, you will be able to open it out like that. The same design what we had in the yellow stencil will be there on the blue one for you. So you can do the same way for the other papers. Now let's roll it up. So just going to take these two ends and we're just going to meet them up like this, and we're going to flatten it up like this and keep it. So for that we need to put liquid glue and we need to stick it. So just put a dot of liquid glue, don't put too much, just a dot to hold it in place, and make these two ends meet like this and hold it on for a minute or so to hold it like that and take a shape. So like this, let's roll all the color papers in the same way and get it ready. If you notice, I finished rolling all the color papers like this, which we did with the cutting, with the Kirigami cutting. So now it's time for us to assemble them to the yellow base, which we already got it ready. So this is going to be assembled like this. You're going to stick one frill like that. You can go in a pattern way, like I'm starting with green, then maybe I can put red like that, and then maybe orange, and then followed by that with blue. Like that you can go in a pattern way and you can start sticking them. So let's see how we can stick these now. So you're just going to take this liquid glue for sticking that. So this is going to be the front side for sticking. So I'm going to use liquid glue only on the back side. Just put a thin line, do not put too much. I'm just putting one on the gaps too, so that it sticks nice and strong to the base. So like this, just apply dots of glue and start sticking them to your base like that. The same way we will be sticking all the other color papers and we'll get it ready. If you notice, I have finished sticking all the sides except for my last one. So I'm just going to stick the last piece there. You can also use a stapler if you find that glue is taking a long time to dry for this step. So I'm just going to put a stapler here to hold it like that, and then your base is ready for further decorations. You can use golden lace, or you can use sequences to decorate it further. So this is how all the Kirigami foldings, when they assemble to the base, will look. So once when this is ready, you can attach a ribbon here, and you can also decorate with lace, add some sequences, and you can complete your decoration for the lantern. After you finish assembling all your Kirigami foldings, you can decorate it further with the golden lace or with the golden sticky tape like this. So I'm now using this golden sticky tape to start sticking on this edge where all the Kirigami foldings are meeting, so that this will also help to seal that part like that. So let's stick like this for the whole base and we'll get it ready. After sticking the golden lace, we can start adding a handle to it. I'm now using a golden ribbon. You can use even a satin ribbon for this. So just put the satin lace inside the lantern like this and use a stapler to staple it there in place. Same way we will attach the other end and we will have the handle ready. So let's do this step and get it ready. Once when your handle is fixed, you have the lantern ready. You can still go for one more step further and you can decorate these areas with sequences. I'm going to use shiny sequences here just by putting a dot of glue, and you can stick shiny sequences like that. Don't go for a heavy one because it will ruin the shape of your kirigami cutting. Go for a very lightweight sequence like that and you can further decorate and get your lantern ready. If you notice, I have completed decorating further on the kirigami foldings with some shiny sequences, and our lantern is now ready for display. Here we are, fully done with all the 3 varieties of lanterns. We have used various folding and cutting techniques, and we also use kirigami techniques to make our lanterns. I hope you will enjoy creating your very own lantern activity. Thanks for watching.